Joe Wright, Oaks Planning Commission. Roll call, Commissioner
Getzels. Here. Commissioner Amati.
Here.
Commissioner Jackshaw.
Here.
Commissioner Panay.
Here.
Commissioner Krieger. Vote is absent. Chair Hayward.
Present.
Vice Chair Wood.
Here. And everyone stand for pledge.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So a review of the consent agenda and a change, if we can, is just to swap our the general plan report and the architectural review, right?
I'll move that we swap the general plan update report to B and the plan review to A.
That's it. All in favor?
Aye. It's fair.
Okay, now this is public comment, so anyone wishing to address the commission on matters not appearing on the agenda may do so now. The public may comment on any other matter listed on the agenda at the time the matter is being considered by the commission. There will be a time limit of no more than 3 minutes for each speaker. No action will be taken by the commission on matters brought up under this item, and all comments will be referred to staff. Open public comment. Close public comment.
Denise, you forgot. I make a motion that we approve the consent agenda.
Oh. Oh. Oops. We're good. Okay. Making the motion to approve the consent agenda. Yes. Okay. I'll second that. Oh. Okay.
I abstained, I wasn't there. Actually, I abstained too, because I wasn't there.
Okay, so now it's the reports. Anybody have any questions? There's no hand raised.
We can't do.
Okay. Any questions?
I just have a question. I don't, other than a very early one, I don't see completion dates on this.
You don't see what?
Completion dates?
That's because it's been there have not been a lot of completions within the last couple of months.
This is like going back to 2023, 24.
Correct. There have not been very many finals. So that would be correct. We have not had a lot of projects filed in the building logs. Yep, that would be correct.
In last November?
It's last November.
Which is actually one from May of 23.
So as they are completed, they drop off onto a completed list. So the reason that you're gonna see it every month is because the ones that have been completed in the last month cycle are listed as completed. Once they're completed, they drop off onto our completed list. So what you're seeing for each of those monthly reports are the ones that were completed within those months.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Motion to approve the report.
I have a question then. Sorry, so if I, for example, looking at building activity, going back to the November item that I was questioning, is an indoor swimming pool, which is down here on Kelly Oaks, which I know is completed because they have children coming every day for swim lessons there. So I'm not sure exactly why you wouldn't have a completion date for that submission. That exam.
We can take that back and take a second look at it. If you forgot.
Okay, great. Thank you.
A motion to, approve the report? Move to approve.
I'll second.
Okay. All in favor? So we have a new old business and we have our new business. Is. We are looking at, item. 5. So this is 27 Quindale, Article G 25.01. And requesting a review to add 5,000 or 500 square feet. Not 5,000. Single family dwelling located approximately where the existing front fence currently is, and the scope is within the fence. Okay. So, anybody have a conflict of interest? Okay. And so you can step forward and tell us that.
So it's a addition to our house, and in the second bathroom protocol, it'd be a bedroom, a bathroom, liquid storage. And it'd be roughly where the fence is now, and flags around.
Okay.
Can you state your name for the record?
Oh, my name is Chris Chen.
And let's see, questions from the commissioners. Let's see.
I saw the floor plans, but I didn't see any elevations.
I didn't think we were requested any at this point, but I can turn them in.
Yes.
I don't know if it's required, but it just would be helpful because we're architectural review, want to see how it looks.
I have elevation.
And really what piqued my interest was the fact that there's a 6-foot window over the vanity in the bathroom. Is that a full-size window or is that a narrow?
No, it'd be a narrow one.
Okay. And, did you have any questions?
I didn't have any questions, and I know that these particular neighbors are very good about the aesthetics of their homes, so I'm sure it's going to look very nice.
Me.
I had a question. Oh, actually, I'll go over here, sorry.
Yeah, I do have some questions and you're not my neighbors, but I have driven by many times and I agree in that, what you're saying, and I also looked at the red
Netting.
netting that you put on, it, so I get a good sense of the massing from that, based on that. I was wondering, is this an ADU or just an addition?
Just an addition, so it'll connect to the inside of the house.
Okay, because, okay, and I'll get to that, and so you're broadening the driveway, but it's just for your own sake.
Yes,
Okay, and is the addition encroaching, or there's a corner here, or that's just a roof line? I'm looking at the second page right now.
there.
And there's a little bit of a. Second page. I mean, and I'm just gonna ask you the question, just to make sure I understand what I'm seeing. That's all. Sorry. You see what I mean? It's near the corner that is closer to the corner of the house, to the corner of the street. There's a little bit of a overlap. Is this the roof overlap or is just? Yeah, it's probably just the roof.
Oh, the overlap, yeah, so it's, the wall of the garage will extend forward. So the overlap is just that the wall is now gonna be. It's covered in both, so the inside, the outside of the existing wall, and then the inside of the existing wall, so that the wall will continue out, so there's gonna be a little overlap there. But it's not the space isn't overlapping, it's just the wall itself.
Okay, okay, okay. So it's planned that way, basically, that's what you're telling me.
Yeah,
Okay, okay. And then, when I looked at. The other thing I wanted to ask you was that you are adding a bathroom, right?
yes,
Where are you getting the water?
the second bathroom protocol, we do water department.
You already, the second bathroom, what did you say?
The second bathroom protocol,
Protocol, okay, I'm not aware of that, but
You
maybe.
can put a second back in the beginning, you have one.
Yeah, okay, and then, I did not know that, and the door is a sliding door to that bathroom? Is that correct?
Let me get that there, so it'll be a. Yes, yeah, into the bathroom, yeah, it'll be a, sliding door, yes.
Okay. The dining room is accessed from where? From the dining room?
From the dining room, yeah, so that wall will be cut open and there'll be basically a large opening there with the beams sitting overhead.
Okay, okay. Windows and all. I think that's it. Makes sense.
Yeah, I was wondering how to get the dining room.
Oh, right.
And what's the material for the driveway?
The drop is concrete, yeah, it's all gonna match existing finishes for the outside of the house, the driveway, the roof, all that.
It's gonna match the outside, it's gonna match the existing as well.
Yeah, same, it's wood siding and then same paint color and then asphalt shingle roof, concrete driveway.
And the extra hall that you're at, that is becoming part of the addition for the access from the kitchen dining room area.
Yes, yeah, it'll be accessed, yeah, right at the end of the hall on the right hand side there. Yes, that'll be opened up.
Because there's a door to the garage, but there isn't a door to the house that you're showing us there, right?
Correct, yeah, so it's, yeah, I didn't mark the opening, but just to the south of that new door and then to the east, that'll be opened up as a kind of archway.
Okay, works.
I just had a question on the roof line, on the extension, because I know most of the house is all the same, but there's a kind of sets out a little bit, so what does that, because if you have the elevation, you can see it.
Sure.
But just, I didn't quite get that from the.
So on the west side, so you can see on the plan how it extends beyond the garage.
Right,
So that portion will have a lower roof line.
Okay,
And will
that's what I was
still connect off of it, so I don't know if you had a chance to look at the flag.
I didn't.
So that's the little part that's sticking out the most.
Right,
And then the ridge is gonna be a little offset from the existing ridge. We're gonna raise the height of the walls by about 2 feet, just to give a higher roof ceiling, or ceiling with
Okay.
it, just to make it feel bigger. And so that's why you maybe saw a jump in the roof line, if you saw the flags like that. And so, yeah, all the roofs will connect, but yeah, that little bump out is the portion to the
okay,
west.
so it's got all gonna be the same. Elevation.
Of the addition, everything that is, I guess it's kind of hard to explain there, so everything beyond the farthest west point of the garage to the left. Is gonna have a different ridge line, so it's gonna be a little bit shorter, and
Okay,
then everything from the footprint of the garage over will have a higher profile than the existing.
okay,
So you'll have 3 different heights, which looks better than on that.
right, yeah, nice, okay. And then, you didn't have any dimensions on the extended driveway, but I think you're within the 24 feet that you can have.
Correct, it'd be 20 feet wide.
Okay, I was just
limited by
making sure you're
3
within the
feet.
24 feet.
Yes,
Okay, and that's it, and you're within the square footage. So you're, it's all, right. So. Sorry about that. So I guess we entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion that we accept architectural review 25-01.
Second.
Okay.
Any other chat we need to do? No, okay, so now I'll call for a vote. Oh, we'll call votes.
Commissioner Wetzel. Aye. Commissioner Amati.
Aye.
Commissioner Backshaw.
Aye.
Commissioner Hand.
Aye.
Commissioner Haywood. I'm sorry, Chair Haywood.
Aye.
Vice Chair Wood.
Aye. Okay, so it's good that we are approved.
Right.
So you have 20 days, and someone can appeal it, 25-day actually, appeal period, and, good luck.
Can I take down the flags?
No,
Okay, great,
yeah,
just
you're
a
good.
lot of wind, I wanna.
Yeah.
Safe.
No, we just needed to stand for this, so it's good, thank you.
Would you like these back?
Oh, it's okay, thank you.
Are you sure?
Good insulation.
Do you have kids?
Not yet, no,
Oh,
this is part of the
this
plan.
is like the perfect.
I didn't ask, but I was thinking.
Yes, now we want a little more space.
Maybe after the addition.
Right, you like to draw.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
All right, and so next. You can share it if you want.
Can I help you? Yeah.
All right, so next on our agenda. Denise Duffy.
So if you're ready for me,
I'm ready for you.
John, do you need to?
General Plan and Housing Element Annual Progress Report for 2024.
Thank you. I'm Denise Duffy. Thank you, Planning Commission, Vice Chair. I am hoping that many of you remember that we've done this every single year for about the last 8 years, I think. And it is a requirement of state law. Every jurisdiction, every city, every county has to do it. And they're essentially what the request is. You're not approving anything, you're recommending a submittal to the state agencies. As you read in the staff report, it's a requirement under government code. Each city and county provide an annual progress report from the previous year to HCD, Housing and Community Development, and what used to be Office of Planning and Research, still call it OPR. And it's basically reporting on the progress that you've made in the previous year of implementing your general plan programs. And that general plan includes the housing element because it's part of your general plan. The housing element is one of the 7 elements of your general plan. So the requirement of this is to detail, or provide input on what's happened in the last year. And as you can tell, we've separated this out into the 2 required reports, the annual general plan and then the annual housing plan, housing element progress report. Similar to a number of years in the past, there has not been much activity in terms of the city of Delaware Oaks general plan implementation. The general plan has the same policies and programs that it's had for other than the housing element for the past almost 20 or more than 20 years now. But every time we discuss this, it's very interesting because the city general plan has many policies and programs that are still applicable today, in particular, the policies regarding open space, recreation, elements related to development and careful planning, oak tree preservation, things like that. So what we've noted every year is that there is a similarity and there's a common causal for the way the city has operated and how their existing general plan is, even though it is what we would call outdated. In terms of the last time it was officially approved as a full document. And at this time, I really want to just identify what we've done and then open it up to questions so that we can go through the process. In the past, I want to let you know that we have gone through, I think some of you may remember, every single general plan element. And every single general plan program and policy. And the last 3 to 4 years, we've stopped doing that. We're going to be doing it on an every 5-year cycle. We're not there yet, so that it, because since there isn't really any major change, it does seem to work better for the city. And that was the request. So, the most recent APR was adopted by the City Council in March. The process of 2024, the process is announced for the 2023 period of time, annual, it's 10 months. So the process is the Planning Commission considers the report and then recommends that the City Council submit it to the state agencies and the public hearing. This is a public hearing, so all those people that want to comment on this general plan implementation progress report will be willing and able to do so. And then we will also have a public hearing or a consent item that can be pulled by the City Council hearing, which is in the end of March, sorry. The requirement is that reports are due by April 1st of every year. Not every city is able to accomplish that within that time frame. The city's been able to do the submittal by April 1st of the last 7 or 8 years. So consistent with that. The what you have in front of you in the packet is the staff report that discusses what I'm saying here. And it has the copy of the annual progress report, and it goes through the requirements. It talks about when the city general plan was last updated, and that was through the adoption of the housing element, because again, it's a housing element. It's an element of the general plan. That was done in December of 2023. Before that, the regional general plan was adopted in the 1980s. But there was an update in 1997, when the forward plans were annexed, and those policies were included in the general plan. We're meant to really address what progress has been made towards implementing first the general plan programs and then the housing element programs. On this staff report, we spend a little more time on the housing element programs because they're newer, more focused on those. And there has been some activity in terms of those 2023 adopted general housing element programs. In terms of the general plan implementation progress, general plan is still current vision and quality of life values in the city. The city previously has commented that the city would like to add policies related to climate change and to further consider those policies and programs in future development. However, that's not an adopted policy or program now, and there's no progress to report on in that. The general plan, the city comments every year of the Council of Planning Commission that the general plan needs updating, and that has been something that's been able to be focused on over the last 10 years. Although the city has consistently reviewed the policy and programs areas and makes that in a public forum, and that's really what this is supposed to accomplish. You're looking at it in the sense of every year and you're identifying if any public member has any comments or questions. And that's part of what the implementation report, the annual progress report is about. And the planning commission in the past has expressed support, and they did last year, about let's continue reviewing the general plan policies as part of future efforts, updating the general plan. And council has also supported that concept. I think the focus is moving on to the housing element implementation progress. I really think the focus has been on the housing element throughout the last 3 or 4 year period. And therefore that's the focus of our report today. And that's how the city and staff is directed. Needs to be done. That's also a requirement in the mandate from the state, and there are repercussions for not having a housing element adopted by a certain time frame. The city adopted their housing element by December 2023, which was the mandate. They also conducted and approved a rezoning for in 2023. So those two things were big accomplishments during 2024. The actions that were occurred were basically working with HCD on revisions, submitting a new housing element update to HCD for an informal review in 2025. We just received their informal comments, but in terms of 2024, those are the major actions that were held. There are also reports provided at we also received comments on the housing element in 2024 from the formal adopted one. So we are working towards compliance for the housing element. We look forward to that as early as this week. And we continue to speak with HCD, and we'll report on that at the time when we actually have the future housing element update staff report. So at this point, the public meetings will be at the planning commission. We open up the public hearing, and we did want to talk about a little bit more about the housing element programs and just be available for any questions. What you see before you on attachment A to the staff report, and there's a general plan progress report, which includes attachment A, which is the housing progress report. The housing element progress report also includes a major multi-Excel spreadsheet, which has for many jurisdictions, it's very complicated. You have to fill in every new building, residential building, etc. In the city, it's very simple because the board keeps good records on the ADUs. That's been done. It's been very helpful, and so we've been coordinating with that. So we, rather than give you each copy of the Excel spreadsheet, which doesn't have a whole lot of information in it since there's been no development. We provided the annual progress report, which we do every year. It identifies the program, the objective, the time frame, and housing element, and what we consider to be the status in terms of the implementation. For most of these programs are either haven't been implemented, or there's been some minor work toward those. And that's appropriate because we don't have the final set of programs from HCD, and we don't want the city spending its dollars and time and staff time working towards programs that can be done, by maybe chambers. So I'm happy to, rather than go over each of these, because these are actually the programs that the city and planning commission reviewed carefully and adopted, and that was over a series of more than 20 meetings. And these are the programs that are in your adopted housing element as it sits today. So the programs are what the planning commission recommended to the city council and the planning commission both adopted, what was said as HCD. We're using those 2023 programs because that's the current document until the next one is adopted and approved. So I think with that, if there's no other questions, or no, if there's any specific questions, I'm available. And please let me know if there's anything else I can provide.
Anyone have any items?
No questions, thank you, Denise, it's nice meeting you again.
And then look through all my questions, they basically will be answered when we hear back from our report. Commissioner Duncan?
Yeah, my questions as well. I think we'll be hearing, see the timelines and all of that, you'll be getting. That information.
Thank you. Appreciate that your time, thank you.
Okay, so, make a motion that, recommend that forward this to the city council, recommend the approval.
I don't,
This is required,
no, it's just, it's just information.
Yeah, no, we do, you need to take action
Oh, you mean?
to recommend it to go to the city.
Oh.
council approval, yeah.
Motion that we recommend city council approve this report.
Second.
Roll call.
Commissioner Hetzler.
Aye.
Commissioner Amati.
Aye.
Commissioner Jackson.
Okay,
Chair Howard. Commissioner Connect.
Aye.
Vice Chair Wood.
Aye. And so.
okay. And we'll put in the record that there were no comments too.
Yeah,
Thank you.
When you have a good one.
no public comments. So I guess this is the end of the meeting. What do we do? Oh, announcements. Announcements. No, George, was that something?
Pretty much, the citizens actually moved last night.
Yeah.
And we're preparing for the ice cream social.
Oh,
Good and Earth Day.
Earth Day, yeah.
It should be a pretty good turnout. We have a lot of people will be there. I think the library, we're trying to get the SPCA, the whole list of people, so it should be pretty face painting,
Others,
quite nice.
yeah. Then, when they're in.
Hey, question for that.
Good, all right. So, the next meeting, the Orange County Commission will be on Wednesday, April 9th at 6 o'clock. Adjourned. Thank you. Good job.